top of my mind, first guy that comes to mind again is Jayden Daniels.
Unbelievable.
It's tough to play quarterback. We saw it from the week. That was kind of the theme of the year. Quarterback players taking a step back. So for him to be completing, I believe, over 80% of his passes through 4 games, another phenomenal performance. Beating the absolute shit out of the Cardinals, using his legs, using his arm, playing with his mind. Like, he's just been phenomenal to start the season. So that's the first takeaway from Sunday.
Washington has scored on 68% of their drives this season, which is the highest rate through 4 games by any team in the last quarter century.
Damn.
That is a rookie quarterback and Cliff Kingsbury back just focusing only on offense.
Yeah.
Not having to be a head coach, not having to deal with everything else that goes on, going back into the building that fired him with a rookie quarterback, and they're on a historic pace of success. It's the Vikings offense, I think, has the most first quarter points. I think they're plus 35 in the first quarter, which is obviously an incredible thing. But this Commanders team, I think they've punted like one time. They are a wagon. These are Dahn! Daniels has taken full command.
Yeah.
This Washington Commanders turnaround is something you could not have dreamed about if you're a Washington football team fan or a Washington old school named fan or a Washington Commanders fan. It was seemingly doom and gloom on the horizon forever. Amen. And then Jayden Daniels comes in, Cliff Kingsbury comes in, Quinn comes in with his backwards hat, and they kind of changed the entire culture, the entire mood, the entire confidence. And new ownership's obviously got to be very excited, and that city's got to be excited. But this guy, following what C.J. Stroud did last year, where we say it's an anomaly. Don't expect rookie quarterbacks to be able to do that good. There's too much on their plate to be able to handle everything and have a success like C.J. Stroud did. Boom. Here we are yet again. Jayden Daniels off to an even better start somehow.
Yeah.
It makes no sense to anybody.
The conversation was Caleb Williams was going into a situation that was tailor-made for the number 1 overall pick, probably the best situation ever. So for Jayden to come in and perform like he has, and Cliff too, like, it's not the air raid, they're actually running the ball. Like, they're physical. They're using, obviously, quarterback run game, but Brian Robinson's a weapon. We know Eckler's always a threat to get in the end zone.
McNichols, I believe is his name.
So, a couple big plays.
Shout out to the offensive line, who hopefully they make the top 5. We'll see if they can get into the trenches, top 5 on AQ's list. But, I'm just blown away by what the Commanders have been doing so far.
Brian Robinson Jr. went for 101 yards on the ground and a touchdown, obviously. McNichols went for 68 yards on the ground and 2 touchdowns. It's just like running the rock, pounding the rock, and then they got weapons. And Jayden, whenever he gets out there, he gets rolling. Now, 2 weeks ago against the Bengals, they weren't able to run. Then against the Cardinals here, they're able to do whatever they want. I think AQ is going to ask a question on whether or not have the Commanders 100% figured it out, or is this Arizona Cardinals team potentially defensive side?
Lions ran all over them last week. I think it was the week before. Yeah, Cardinals defense isn't great, but still a lot of explosives and stuff.
Yeah, Gannon, defensive guy too, so you didn't expect that from the Cardinals. I didn't, especially when AQ said they're potentially not hard.
Oh no.
Yeah, he's saying potentially the Cardinals' defense is
flaccid.
Oh, you don't want to hear that.
Not this early.
You don't want to hear that.
You don't want that to be said about you.
Not
you think
at all.
Buddha's happened here? No way. He had a filthy, but like
Buddha's a dog.
Yeah, absolute dog. But I guess the front 7 there. I guess there's a lot of question marks coming out whether or not.
Yikes.
And I don't think it's just run fits. I think it's like I think there's some people potentially
turning down contact.
Yeah, allegedly. I don't know. This is just what our offensive line expert is saying. Our offensive line expert said with a straight face, would love to run against the Arizona Cardinals. Would love to run against the Arizona Cardinals. Joining us now, ladies and gentlemen, is a college football national champion, a Super Bowl champion, a Ryder Cup winner, and man, loves to stick his face in a fan. For the Green Bay Packers, he's the all-time leading tackler, A.J. Hawk. Hawker, they're saying that Cardinals defense can't stop the run if they had to. That's what they're saying. But I think on the flip side, we should be complimenting the Commanders for being able to stay committed to that run and dominating in that fashion. What are your thoughts, AJ?
Yeah, I know when D-Butt said that was kind of like the takeaway from the weekend. Obviously, Jayden Daniels, I thought the same. I think I'd throw Baker in there as well, and Tampa Bay getting a big victory over Philly. I enjoy watching them play, but Jayden Daniels is fun to watch, man. Like, that dude, how they can pound the ball. I think their defense is underrated as well. They're fun to watch. Remember when Dan Quinn took this gig? I remember people were talking about, like, this isn't really the best gig, obviously, when it comes to NFL head coach openings right now, and he's making the best of it, man. They look good.
Go back to that side shot of his run right there. This is one of the plays that AQ showed me. So watch number 2 there on this next angle. Everything's flowing to his left, the commander's right, everything. He stutters to go check back left. So does he not know his keys, or did he not want, he's the only person on the entire field that thinks maybe the ball's going back the opposite direction. And because he waits, they're able to pull and just pin him very quickly. So is that run fit? Is that scheme? Is that not wanting to shoot? What is it? I think there's a lot of question marks around this Cardinals defense right now.
Yeah, you got to try to get over the top of that and send it back. That's the only chance you have, is the pursuit coming inside out when you're in that position.
But he was literally, they were running at him, and he's the only one on the field that checked.
Something made him hesitate, like something was coming back across the ball.
Yeah, but every human on the Commanders all go in the same direction.
Yeah.
Like there's every key is. So it's like that one step basically gets offensive lineman clean look at it and Jayden out the side. So perfect execution from the Commanders.
True.
If you want to talk about that. But AQ sent that one to me and was like, Cardinals kind of giving them to him.
You had a crack block, too, from Noah Brown, I believe that was, off the edge. So whenever that crack block happens for DBs, it can create a little bit of hesitation because, obviously that's ineligible now. Is he going to throw the ball back? No, it's a full run fit at that point. But that can create some hesitation at some point. But when you have that type of speed, you see with Lamar Jackson all the time, like it just takes one step in the wrong direction and they're out the gate.
Especially with how athletic these offensive linemen are now. We talk about the D-line being incredibly athletic, and they are. Obviously, you got guys that are 280, 290 running like 4.5s, 4.6s. I don't know how it works, but bodies are doing that now. That is awesome for the NFL. Offensive linemen, too. If you're just one half a step out of position, they're going to find that, and they're going to be able to get it.
You got to get them before they get rolling.
And shout out to, like, that guy, he was just looking for whoever he could get, and he's almost too far down the field to pick up his guy. It's like, congrats to the Commanders. That's all taught, that's executed, and that's attention to detail. Commanders are very different now.
Unbelievable.
This was an O-line that gave up like 70 sacks last season, and the year before. And now that Cliff's come in, and you guys always talk about it, when you add that extra dimension with Jayden Daniels running the ball and it's an extra gap and everything like that, it just makes things so much easier on the entire offense.
Jayden can spin it too. I don't know how far along he is in being able to read defenses, and that's not a knock on Jayden Daniels. That's just a knock on quarterbacks coming into the NFL. Patrick Mahomes didn't say until like his 3rd year or something, midway through, did he start understanding what's going on the other side. C.J. Stroud seemingly was able to pick it up pretty quick last year in the way that offenses continue to go, but like Jayden is a monster. He's
played a lot of football too, a lot of snaps in college. So he's seen defense. He's been well coached. Obviously, we know what type of coach Brian Kelly is on the offensive side when it comes to quarterbacks. And then Cliff, when you're putting them in situations where you're making, like that throw right there, that's a Dino route, double post. That first post is clearing out that safety and the help, and then the corner's outside leverage. Once you make that quick read, that's a good easy throw. Not an easy throw, but it's a good easy read for him to make an accurate throw.
Look at
you gotta set your quarterback
look at Gardeck. Look at Gardeck try to block this. Just this situation.
Congrats to the Commanders. Life is good, I assume, for your fans. This is from Boston Connor. Hashtag I don't want to overreact, but Washington might be the coolest team in the NFL. Jayden Daniels talking shit every game as a rookie while dominating his electric. Dan Quinn is still rocking a backwards hat, and Cliff Kingsbury is still an offensive genius. For the first time ever, being a commie is sweet. You talk about Cliff Kingsbury and being cool. He's the coolest looking motherfucker maybe in the history of the NFL, Con, man.
Yeah, by far. And then like the post game too, where obviously with the Arizona thing, everything being a little, the way that exit went being a little kind of questionable, and him saying basically like, "Oh, we have it. Yeah, got to show this."
What's up, Bells? A couple things we said last night, man. We said it's great when you count on others and they count on you. And that way, victory is produced by everybody. All right, and that's what tonight was, man. Fast, physical. We said anybody, anywhere, any motherfucking time. All right? So we did what we came to do. All right. So there'll be a number of game balls that will be issuing out, I'm sure, tomorrow. But there's one motherfucker that ain't leaving this city without one. Cliff! On to the motherfucking next. Let's go.
That's awesome.
That is so sick. And when they talked about, I think maybe it was Schefter last week, where they said, they did feel very disrespected about, hey, this is a college offense. Like, they have kind of a fuck you mentality, it feels like. And Jayden Daniels is so sad. I mean, we've talked about it all day today, but he really is, like, incredible to watch. So I would be pumped if I was a Commies fan.
Once again, Washington has scored on 68% of their drives this season, which is the highest rate through 4 games by any team in a quarter century. Good for you, Washington fans. You've been through a lot.
Hell yeah.
Been through a lot. And congrats to the new ownership, seemingly off and running.